Anyway, we're going to start out the show with something I love to make in the summer, and I love to serve these when I'm entertaining. It's something, believe it or not, that we actually served at our rehearsal dinner the night before we got married. My mother and father-in-law rented a big bed and breakfast on the water to put up a bunch of relatives instead of a hotel, and we had our rehearsal dinner outside on the porch and on the beach. It was right on Lake Michigan, up near a cottage in Michigan, and we had a caterer did kebabs for us, and everybody loved them. They're very affordable, and they look great. They just look so pretty. So I do kebabs all the time, with chicken, with steak. And today we're going to do pork kebabs, and we're going to add some pineapple and make a really sweet, lovely, wonderful marinade. So first thing I'm going to do is actually get the kebabs that I have going, and then I'll back up and show you the marinade. So I just want to get them going. I'm going to do these, we're doing these on our indoor grill pan. This summer I'm doing everything outside, so you know, keep it outside. So I just want to chunk up a lot of color on these kebabs. So I've got some red pepper, which is so good for you. And I'm just going to chunk that up. And I've got some green pepper. I've got some red onion that we've chunked up. And went to festival and got some wonderful fresh pineapple from the produce department. They do all the work for you. You don't have to cut it up yourself. They've already got it in chunks, so it makes it really easy. Nothing like fresh pineapple. And the combination of pineapple and pork, and we're going to do kind of like an Asian marinade, really works. Now, when I'm entertaining and I do kebabs, and I do it a lot in the summer, I'll actually get these together, you know, the morning of, or even in this case, the pork can be done, chunked up and marinated the night before, and it's going to even get more flavor. Pork, I like to marinate for at least 8 hours, up to 24 hours. So here's our pork that just came out of the refrigerator, and I'm using pork tenderloin. And I'm just going to thread it onto the skewers, and soak your skewers if you're grilling outside. You want to soak them for a good few hours. That way they won't catch on fire if you're using wooden skewers. I love to invest in metal skewers because sometimes you don't think about soaking the skewers, and then you don't have to worry about that. So alternately thread the pineapple, the pork, the peppers onto a skewer. Don't overload them. That's the key. So basically just, you know, they look so pretty already and we haven't even cooked them. Maybe another piece of pork and pineapple. And then we're good to go. Skewer number one. And these are going to cook off pretty quickly. Pork, you don't need to cook it like you used to. Internal temperature, 145 degrees is the magic number. And because we've got this in pretty small chunks, you know, these are going to be done at about 10 to 15 minutes max. And you see how just gorgeous they look? And they're a real wow factor, like I say. I just think that they're something a little different than burgers and brats. Very affordable. Pork tenderloin's cheap, not expensive. Ate a lot of brats and burgers over the 4th of July. I think we all did. So, and these are healthy. And I think we're all trying to eat a little more healthy this summer. But they taste great, you know. I love eating healthy, but don't want to be eating tofu or rice cakes every night. So these are going to satisfy everybody. My kids love pork tenderloin. So does Bob. And whenever I make it, they say, geez, why don't you make this more often? So, and pork tenderloin, very, very lean. Not a lot of waste as far as, you know, when you cut it up, there's barely any fat that you'll need to trim off. I love pork tenderloin. Whoops. All right, so you get the idea. Just kind of make it look pretty. We'll just leave it there, and we'll do some more a little later. I'm going to wash up. And I'm going to get to work on the marinade, show you what really makes this meal so special. I get questions all the time about how do you keep pork from drying out, especially when you're grilling it. A couple of things. Don't overcook it. Used to be we have to, you know, cook it forever and a day. And growing up, I remember all the time we had pork. It was dry. You know, that's just the way it was. Pork does tend to be a little bit drier because it is so lean, and it's you know, more and more lean. You know, the way they're doing it now, it's even leaner than it used to be. So don't overcook it. 145 is the temperature you're looking for. Marinate, marinate, marinate when it comes to grilling pork and a lot of even chicken. And that's going to you know, give it great flavor and keep it nice and juicy. So let's work on the marinade. And this is an easy one. You probably have most of the ingredients already in your home. All right, so we're going to start out with some soy sauce. We've got about a half of a cup of soy sauce, brown sugar, and this is really easy, garlic powder, and some sherry. So that's our marinade. So you can throw that together in the morning. I mean, that takes seconds. Probably have all the stuff on hand. That bottle of sherry, screw the lid on that. You can have that in your pantry for months. It just adds a nice flavor to the marinade. So I like to marinate in Ziploc bags. You know me, just keep it easy, especially in the summer. So get the marinade in there. I've got my pork tenderloin that I've cubed up. Let me just turn these kebabs. It looks beautiful. Getting some great color. Color is flavor. Don't be afraid of getting some great color on that pineapple and those vegetables. That's good stuff. You didn't burn that. You're just giving it some great color. So in goes our pork tenderloin that we've cubed up in about 1 to 2 inch pieces. And then the key is, give my hands another wash. Now that we've got it in our Ziploc bag, you really want to make sure that marinade coats every little piece of it. So, you know, just kind of get in there with your hands. Make sure we're all covered here, which we are. All right, into the refrigerator this goes. Throw this in the morning before you go to work. Come home from work, throw your kebabs together, and you've got a really nice weeknight or weekend dinner. Or again, if you're having company over tomorrow, do it even the day ahead. I kind of, one of my you know, methods to entertaining, which I love to have people over, but we all had that party or that get-together where you just kind of go in the kitchen or at the end of the night and you say, I'm never doing this again. So I've tried to find a way that I can entertain, enjoy family and friends, but enjoy the party too. And one of the ways I roll is get as much done ahead of time as you can so that when people are there, you don't have to be in the kitchen the whole time. So, you know, get that marinade and those kebabs threaded on their skewers long before your guests get there. Now, one thing that we're going to do is we're going to take some soy sauce and some honey and make a glaze. So when the pork comes out of that marinade, you want to discard that marinade, throw it out. We're done with that. But I do love to do a little bit of a glaze that I like to brush on top of these kebabs just to give them some great flavor. So I'm just whisking together equal parts of honey and soy sauce. And the last few minutes of grilling, you're just going to brush some of these kebabs with the honey and soy sauce just to give them even more flavor. Yum. Something about grilling pineapple gets that great caramelization, and it's just yummy. So there you go. Something different for dinner this night, tonight, or this weekend that I think, or your next outdoor get-together, your dinner party. I would serve this with a nice big salad, maybe an Asian slaw, and a wonderful layered blueberry dessert that we're going to show you how to make coming up a little later in the show. So there you go, pork and pineapple kebabs. Recipes on our website. You can also pick it up at any area festival foods. Stay with us. More great ideas for entertaining. Lots more recipes, so stick around. We'll be back.